The story's out of Salt Lake City. They're fining a man $14,400 because there's a van parked in his driveway that isn't running. It doesn't have a license to it, license plates. The carburetor broke on a 1974 van, and the guy, instead of it getting fixed on an old van, just kind of left it there. Turned in the plates and doesn't have it insured, and it's just sitting in his driveway. It's not on blocks, it's not rusting away, but apparently that's illegal in Salt Lake City. The city ordinance says, and this is all Agenda 21 related, of course, outdoor storage of inoperable, unused, or unlicensed vehicles need to be in compliance with regulations. And they're taking a little heat, so Salt Lake City's like, oh, no. Our enforcement action, here's what they said. This is an exact quote. Enforcement action is a compliant-based process. Enforcement officers are not out looking for violations. They were responding to complaints by his neighbors. So again, that might be true. I mean, it sounds like government doublespeak, but it might be true. Which again, in this day and age, I'm almost positive that one of his brainwashed sheeple neighbors would have complained. Oh, there's a van sitting in that driveway with no license plates on it. Let me call the city to have him written up. It sounds ludicrous to people like me and you, but that's what these people do. I had a neighbor when I was living in New York 2 doors down who spent most of her time with her nose out her window, just looking for anything that she could see on the block. And so it's not far-fetched at all to realize that these are the people that are going to call the authorities when they start asking, have you seen people stocking up food? Do you know anybody in your neighborhood that, might own a weapon or anything like that, so that they can come and throw us all in FEMA camps? It's not going to be, well, it may be through surveillance that they get us, but most likely it's going to be, citizen action. If you see something, say something kind of stuff. And I mean, when this guy got the original notice, it said it was going to fine him $25 a day for not fixing his fence, which was sagging. He had a fence, but it wasn't standing upright, completely. And $25 a day for the van if he didn't get it licensed. So he said, that's ridiculous. I didn't fight for my country to be ticketed for having my car parked in my driveway, so he threw it out. And eventually it got up to $14,000 and change. And then the city came after him and dragged him to court and the whole thing. And they're like, oh, we're going to set up a payment plan. We're not going to have you arrested for these code violations. And it doesn't say if he's now going to pay it or not, but he says it's thoroughly un-American. But you got to realize, friend, you don't live in America anymore. You live in a United Nations Agenda 21 state.